global technician world.
I hope this is Navbar, yeah? I will just be writing Navbar, and in my style, I have told you to write this at the top: margin, 0, auto, padding, or 0. So now,
you know that I still have some questions concerning this.
I don't know this.
You see this thing now that if you just like now write H1, you don't understand. Just like if you write something up and then write something down, but that thing that you're writing up, what's not that shortcut that you do that if you're writing something up, it will not be writing it down?
I will say it again. If you want to write something 2 times,
Yes.
tap one place, hold your Alt key,
Yes.
tap here, and you can type at multiple places.
Okay, I should
Hold
the
your Alt key, tap another place. Like for example, if I want to write something here, I want to write it down here. I'll hold the Alt key, tap, type.
Okay.
I've answered that question. Abi? Good. Never ask me again. So yes, Navbar. Navbar is what you see at the top of your site, where you usually have links here. So EasyBank, this, and a button. So how do we do something like this? We are going to be learning new things here. Open your ears, open your eyes. Remember, I expect you to know about padding margin now. I mean, you know about padding margin too. So if you see me using it here, just forget about it.
I have one question. Is it necessary or compulsory that you know that padding and margin that you write 0? Is it compulsory that any website you want to put is 0?
Yes. Yes.
It's compulsory.
And I explained why last class. Did I not? The reason why I said you should have margin 0 padding 0 is because by default some elements have a margin and padding by default. Remember our H1, it has some margin up and down. So I said you don't want to do it by chance. Make sure it is 0 first, then you will now add your own margin. Padding. It is to reset it. Almost like me saying I am trying to I want to how will I say it, mold something. By default some shapes might be there. I will first make sure it is before I now do something. So yes, this is our Navbar, yeah. This Navbar is starting from here. Beware, look at this place. This is where it starts from, this is where it ends. You see, it starts from here, ends here. So yeah, this our Navbar has some few things. It has a logo, it has some links at the middle, it has this. For us to do this class, we have to understand something called div. Div is when you are trying to group similar elements together. For example, this class, like I said, you guys are how will I describe you guys? You guys came this month, Abi, or last month?
We came this month.
This month. Like I said, you people are June front end batch. Abi, like I said, something like that. Like I say, you guys are June front end batch. That's like a group name. I can make another group different name. So if I have separate students or separate elements and I'm trying to arrange them separately, what will I use? A div. A div is like a bigger element. I'm using to wrap multiple elements. Yes. So if I have multiple things, I put them inside a bag. A div is used to group similar elements. Understood? Remember, a div is just like a normal element. Nothing will happen. It's just for grouping. Meaning that if you give an element a div, don't expect anything like margin to happen or font size to not happen. It's just for grouping. Then you can now give your div a class to make it look different. So yes, understand that part. Now for this class, I will be using a nav tag. A nav tag is for, think of your nav tag like a div. But this div is for Navbar. Do you understand? It's like a div, but a div for Navbar. So yes, I'll put class of Navbar. That nav tag is what is wrapping our Navbar. And I'm using this Navbar class so I can style. Right? If I want style, I'll use Navbar. Okay? Simple as that. Next, you notice that inside our Navbar we have 3 different parts. We have one here, one here, one here. 3 parts. So it means I have to make how many divs?
3 divs.
First div will have EasyBank. Second div will have all those links.
Yes.
Third div will have that last down. What's that? Request invites. That's it. So I'll make 3 different divs. 3 different divs. So yes, let's go. I'll make a div. Let's name this div. Let's name this div logo div. Or let's say logo container. You see I'm using dash container. Sorry. Which is good.
No, they are.
You said something.
Let's go.
How about the link?
Logo container. Logo. I will make a link. A link.
That is a ref.
Yeah, AHRF. And I'll give you class of the logo.
What the fuck is that?
You okay? What? Oh yeah.
Thank
Thanks. So yes, I have
Those
easy bank. Then a div. You can come here. I will make this one to the nav link container. Remember, this is the one that's holding all those other links. I have home, about, contacts, blog, and what's that? Contacts?
Home, about us, contact.
Home, about. Is it about or about? About. What's this? What's this one?
Contact. Then log. Then visitors.
What the hell? Visit okay.
Okay.
Careers.
Camera.
Careers. So you did here, you're not even the same way. You sure you need glasses? So yes, the last gas manage. So yes, the last one, let us name it button container. So this one is just going to be having that link, that one here. So let us name it button. I will name it CTA button. You know, I'm just making classes here. You can use any one you like, or if I use my own makes sense because I know that okay, logo container is for the logo, nav link container is for all the nav links, button container is containing a button. So yes, and this one is having a text of requests in fact. Now normally I've told you about block level elements and inline. Remember I said the block will stay like this. So this div is an example of block, meaning it will be like this. Which is why everything I did is like this. Hold on. I have no copy path. Hope you remember copy path. Okay, yes, so everything will be like this. This is how it will look like. So just don't worry. I will find a way to make it stay from this to this. Just relax. Now, at first, you see all of our links has some kind of issues. Yeah, it has a font, a different font size, font family. You know how to add font families now. All you need to do is to go to the top here. This part where you wrote margin, padding, just go and add a font family area. I like using area because everybody has area. Like that. So once I do that, you will see everything will change. Do you see any difference? Change. Next step. This our A has an underlining. Some websites do not need it. For example, if you go to a website, not all the links has an underline, right? So, but this one has by default. I want to remove it because our own link does not have the underline. Remove it. What do I do? Just come back here at the top, right? A. That's all these. Text decoration is none. And once I do this, no. Remember, I've told you to write margin 0, padding 0 at the beginning, at the most. Now you are going to add font family and a text decoration no together. That means any assignment I give you starts with those things. Next, I have done that. Now let's go to the next thing. The next thing is to target the navbar because the navbar is what we are using for all this. You see that part? Like that's what we are saying. So yes, we are going to go to our navbar. Let me give it a border so you can see it well. Now I'm trying to make navbar, sorry, this easy bank stay at the left, make this stay at the middle, make this stay at the right. What do I do? We will go to W3 school. W3 school. Where is that? W3 school. So go to W3, go to CSS. From CSS, go to Flex. So when you go to Flex, you will see you can make an element stay side by side, even if they are block level elements. You see it? So you are going to use something called Flexbox. All you need to do is just to use a bigger element to control the smaller ones. For example, let me use an example of a family. A family can have multiple children, but who controls the children? The father or the mother, parents. Yeah. So the parent is what now decides. Okay, this child, I want this child to go to this school, or not to go to this school, or to live here, or not to live here. So in your HTML, we also refer to something called to this element like parent and children. If I ask you, what is the parent of this div? This div you're seeing here, what is the parent? It is the nav, because the div is inside the nav. What is the parent of this A? That div. You get it? So now I am trying to arrange three things. I want to make one to stay here, one to stay here, one to stay here. We need the parents. It's that parent that will now control those three. What is the parent of those three? These three divs, 1, 2, 3. What is the parent?
Navbar.
You're correct. Say it well now, you're correct. So yes, all you need to do is go to Navbar and add this code. Remember, you need to target the parents, which you have did. Then flex. Right? So once you do that, and you go back here, you will see that these elements will stretch. Will go there. They will go stay on the side. Instead of being like this, they will be like this. So remember, flex is a way for you to arrange elements. You can say, okay, I want to use this flex to arrange something that will stay side by side. I want to move all those things that stay side by side to the right, or to the left, or to the middle, or separate it. I can do that. How do I do that? Remember, we are still in Navbar. So the Navbar is one that can control those three. I can now say, yes, justify content space between for spacing. If I want to move them to the left hand side, you say, come on. The parents, almost like your parents, your parents saying, yes, you move the parents. That Navbar is the parents, you get. So all I need to do is say flex start. If I say start, that means move to the start, left. End, move to where? The end. End is the right. So if you say end, what will you see? Over center, your center. But if you want to now space it, you say what? Space between. So when you do that and you come back here, you will see space now. You see, we're going to call one by one. Do you know that the arrangement is based on how you arrange it in HTML? For example, you notice that our easy bank is the left because it is the first one. This one is at the middle because it is the second one. This one is the third one. So if you change the arrangement of this invite to the first, what will happen? This home is one that will go to the right. This invite will go to the left. Easy bank will go where? You get it? That's that. Now, we have arranged it now. There's another thing you need to note in Flex, but don't worry, I will take you there. Look at this arrangement. This one here, you notice that it is stretching. You see how wide it is, how high it is. So we're going to give our navbar a height to stretch. I can give a width like last class, but this is already 100%. I'm not giving width, I'm giving height. So how do you work height? Just give it a height. You can say height of like 70 px. And when you come back here and you refresh, now this element is having a height. Oh yeah, sharp. This element is having a height. Do you notice that? You will not notice it, but there is something you need to notice. Just let me watch me. I'll say navbar div. Me using space means I'm calling the child. You understand? Like saying that this navbar, call any child that is inside navbar that is a div. Meaning, if I have 3 divs inside navbar, all of them have the same thing. So yes, what am I doing? I want to give all of them a border so you can see what I want to do. So yes, blue. You see that all of them are stretching. The reason why they are stretching is because of the flex. Flex is making sure that any child, how many children does Navbar have? So those 3 children are going to be having exactly the same height as the parents. So if the parent is 70, the child will be 70. Like that. But you can change it if you want. If you don't want it to stretch, you can change it. But remember, if you're trying to arrange it this way, This is this horizontal or vertical?
Vertical.
It's horizontal now. Horizontal. Vertical is like this. Horizon. Vertical. So if you arrange it like this, that's justified. Justified content is for horizontal. Like this, vertical. If you're trying to arrange it like this example, you see that it is stretching. If I want to make everything move from like this to like this, what will I use? I will use align items. Just go back to this same place, this parent, and press align items. Or you can say, okay, center, if I move to center, or you can say flex start to move where? Top. Because like this, starts, end, center, right? So if you go to this, it will move to the top. If you say end, it will move it where? Down. But by default, it is stretch. By default, there is something called stretch. So that is default. So don't worry about this for now. I don't need it. You understand that part, right? You know why it is stretching. Let's move on. Now, I want to do something here. After doing all this, you know that all our A's, let me give each of these a border. For you to see that if you give this A border, you notice that only the div is what is stretching, not the A. You will see it. So what I am going to do is to do the same thing. For now, I will just add it to all the A here. So you see that they are just on their own. So what do you do to make this one stretch too? Simple. Just give this parent, remember, what is the parent of the A? This div. Give each of the div their own display flex. All happen. They will stretch like the div. Think of it like this. This, I'm the grandchild, I'm the grandfather. This is the parent, this is the father, you are the child. If I am controlling this guy and say this guy should have this particular education, this guy can say you also have that same education because I made him have that education. You understand? This navbar is making this blue one have heights of 70, like it, I mean. Then if I give this one display flex, it will make his own child have the same height as the bigger one. Do you understand? It's confusing you, Pepe. Is it confusing you? This blue one you're seeing here, this red one, is making this blue one have the same height. If I give this one display flex, it means that the child will have the same heights as. Remember, what is making this one stretch in the first place is this one. Yes. So if this one is making this one stretch, this one also makes one. So yes, all I need to do is go back to the div and add display flex, and you will see all the A's will stretch. This one once. Now, since we have done that, we now need to add something called padding here. You can see it is not touching the edge. Remember I told you padding is something. Padding is like when you don't want it to touch. Now, open your eyes. I need to add padding left, right, padding top and bottom. I'll add you two values. First value for where? Up, down. Second is left and right. So let's go back here. Add your navbar padding and say padding up and down. You can just say 12. Left and right, you can say 40. Let's say 40. And once you come back here, do you notice anything? It got bigger. But the space was there, but it got bigger. It's stretched. I'm talking about here. It got bigger. There's an issue. This element I gave 70 is no longer 70. It is because, almost like saying that I want to give this guy height of, let me say, 6 feet. If I say this guy should have a height of 6 feet, and later I now add shoes that are higher.
Okay, just like the value you had.
Made it bigger.
Okay,
exactly. So what is happening now is that he is no longer 70 because of that stuff. He is more than 70. But that's not what we want to. Remember, we said we want height of 70. So what do we do to make sure that even if we add pad later, it should not. It should not be as if it will now look as if even if I add a shoe that is bigger than this guy, his height together with that shoe should still sum up to 6 feet. That's what I want to do. So all you need to do is this: go to the top again. Remember I said you must cite all these things. Go to the top and add box sizing, border box. All this do. This will make sure that if it is calculating the height or width of any element, it will start calculating from the border. Do you understand?
after the border.
From
That
the border.
70 will be there.
From the border, to start calculating from the border. You calculate the border, calculate the padding and everything. Everything will make sure it sums up to 70. If I come back here, you fetch 70. Come and see what happens if this was not there. If I carry my browser to this place, carry my mouse here, and I click and go to inspect, you will see something here. These elements. Remember I told you how to use this, Abi? Just scroll down. If you're inside Navbar, scroll down. You said these elements have 70 here. I don't know if you can see it. It has 70 here. You see it has 12, 12. It has 2, 2. If you sum everything up, it will give you more than 100. No, not 100. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 14 is what? 28. 28 plus 70, 98. Am I speaking Chinese? That's what I'm saying now. 70 plus 24 plus 24, 98. But with this code, you see it's now 42. Now calculate it. 2 plus 12 is 24. 24 plus 24 is what? 28. 14 plus 14 is 28. 28 plus 42 is what? 70. You get it? Yes, we are done. Now, once I do that, I can now go ahead by removing this other border. We don't need this. Sorry, we don't need this border for now. Not this border. No, this one. Yeah, we don't need this one for now. I'll be deleting everything at the end of our class. But don't worry, I'm doing small. See what we have. Now, this is our A, the links. You notice that it's just sticking to the top. How do I move to the middle? All you need to do is to give each of the A, that's all the A's, something called a line height. So I'll call Navbar A. What this is doing is that it is calling all the A inside Navbar. Hope I'm not confused. It's calling all the A's inside the Navbar. That is all the A's, including the easy bank, the middle one, including the right. Then I will give it a line height. If you are using Microsoft Word, have you seen line height there before? Line height is like when you have multiple elements, like a paragraph like this, and you want to space it out. That is line height. You have a paragraph that will break, and it's too close to each other. You want to give more space. That is line height. But I am going to be using line height to force this A to look as if it's at the center. How do I do it? Just calculate this place. Remember, I'm going to delete this border. Don't calculate the border. I'm going to delete it. The height is what? 70. What is the padding? 12, 12. Right? So that means 70 minus 28. That means it's what? 42. Bam, so that means I will give you line height of what? 42. Simple. Come back here. Just add 42. It means if there was no padding, no need to minus per margin from the padding for anything. Yes. Remember, it is box sizing, not it is box sizing border box, not margin box. Understand? So if you calculate it, don't calculate the margin. Even if you add margin, don't calculate it. Understand? If you add margin, don't minus margin. Minus only border for now, no border. But minus border, minus padding, then the answer you get inside your hands. So yes, we're getting there. I just added this, come back, refresh, and this is at the center. Wait for it. Now, we are now doing this first one. I'm doing small. I'm done with the arrangement now. Now, let me go to making it look exactly the way I want. This one here, like home and all stuff. So now, that easy bank is looking black and looking thicker. How do I do it? How do I target it in the first place? That's the first step you want to ask. So you see it here. This logo is inside logo container and it's inside Navbar. Abi, just come back here and say yes. Navbar navlink container dot logo. You understand? It's saying the logo that is inside navlink container, that is inside Navbar. You can see it here. The logo inside navlink container inside Navbar. It's almost like you're calling something inside something inside something. Yes. So please, you see that I am doing it by typing, but it is better to copy, paste, because you will make mistakes sometimes. If you do any mistake with spelling, it will not work. So for now, when I write font width bold, it should work. Color black. And font size, let's say font size 19px. It's not working. It's not working. Thank you. Now you see, so the spelling is wrong. You see, I wrote nav link container instead of logo container. You see it. So that's the issue. That's why I said copy, copy. So now when I copy and do it correctly, yes, it's okay. Right? So please copy, paste. Let's copy. Let me get 18. Now we're there. I'm done with this part. Moving on to this part. This one is smaller. It needs padding left and right. Please, anything you're doing this Navbar stuff, after you've added line height, do not add padding up and down. Only left and right. Get it. So add only left and right. Meaning that if I add padding, I will say padding 0 first, followed by something, because that's 0 for up and down. So yes, I am targeting the A inside navlink container this time. What do? I copy. Say yes. Dot navbar dot navlink container. Then the A, which is all the A inside navlink container. Then I give it a font size. I say font size should be 14, padding 0, we say 014px, and color should be black, but not really black. Let's make it light. Now we are here. Okay, almost done. I'm done with this part. Next one, request invite. That request invite is having a button. How do I do that? Remember, you are going to be adding padding to get this space. See, space, that space left and right, what are you targeting? Space. So padding left and right, 0 up and down. No need for padding. If you want more space up and down, what do? Simple. Increase the height of the navbar. You understand? Increase the height of navbar and adjust the line height. That's what I'm trying to say. If you increase the height to 8, it means the line height will be what? 52, not 42. Am I complicated? So yes. So yes. How do I target it this time? I will say CTA button. Let me explain what CTA button is for. Why am I using? Yes. So that is the button container. But why am I using CTA BTN? What is it for? You can use anything. I told you. Anything. No, container, this is the button container, yes. But why am I using CTA button? It's because CTA button, CTA stands for call to action. If you go to any website, there is something they want you to do. Is either to buy something, or probably to read something, or to subscribe. It's possible. So why are you coming to this website? This one says they want you to come to the website so you can request an invite. You see something like this? Request an invite. Request an invite. There's a particular button here to show you that yes, this is the action button. This is the reason why this website was made, for you to do something. This is the button for that. So in this example, we are using CTA button to say yes, this is the button that is for that. I'm not saying that you can do anything. You can do anything you want, but if you use CTA button, it will make more sense to you. So yes, CTA button. So now what am I doing? I am calling Navbar. No, don't worry. I don't need to copy since it's me. I will now say button container CTA button. Abi? Then I will be giving it a background color. The background color for now, I will give it blue or green. Remember, it is 2 colors. Use it. Use it is 2 colors. There's green and blue. This is green and blue. I can do that. So for now, I'll make it green. Then color is gonna be white. Yes, padding 0 left and right. Let's add 30. You see this curved edge? This way starting is curved. I told you to read on it in W3 school. If you read on it, but it's there. It is in this place called border. What is that stuff? Under border, if you go to border, it should be radius. See it? Border radius. So you can add a curved edge using this property, border radius. So yes, the same thing we'll do. We'll come back here and add border radius. and say 30px. You can make it bigger or whatever, sure. Then refresh. Next. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're still getting there, we're getting there. The 30 looks too much. It looks too much to me. Let's go. So yes, I am done, almost done. I said next thing is to add font size to make it small. Let's say 13, sha. Aha. Now we are done. I am going to remove all the border for now. Remove this border and I will add the 2 colors for you. Sharp. Yes. Now this part has 2 colors. Hey, wait. Something is fishy. Something is fishy. It's as if it's not sitting at the center. What's the height I gave? I gave height of 70. See, there's a mistake. Do you notice that I was writing 42 line height instead of 44? So 46. Because it's 12. The padding is 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. 70 minus 24 is 46, not 42. That was a mistake. So yes, 46. 20. That was a mistake. Now 2 colors. How do we add 2 colors? Simple. Just go back here, this spacing. Remove this nonsense. Remove this nonsense. Add. This is background. Background can use to add anything. You can add color, you can add image. But what we're going to do is to add something called a linear gradient. Who knows what gradient is? Corrijo, have you used Corrijo before? Corrijo, there's gradient there. So what you are doing with linear gradient is you want to add 2 or more colors to one element. First thing to write is to write the direction to off, to left, to the right, to top. So you say to where? You need to bottom, to top, to left, to right. That means if it is to left, it means the first color will start from here. So I will say to right. So sharp. First thing you write is to right, to left, to top, to bottom. Then put comma, please put comma. If you don't put comma, after that to right, it will work. So next thing you write the color, just like anything you like. So we have green first, follow up with blue. So see what will happen? Voila. 2 colors. Then you can now adjust the color to now look like this. So our blue is more sky bluish. Just increase a little. Green, I'm coming. Increase. Sorry. This. Okay, so yes, refresh.